Anna M. Mangin invented the pastry fork in 1891. The utensil was used to mix dough for pie crusts, cookies, butter and flour pastries without needing to mix the ingredients by hand. Roadside soda stand, Texas, 1950s. In 1950, A.C. Gilbert released a toy laboratory set that contained actual uranium. American gas station owned by Pan Gas in the 1920s, before the Great Depression. From 1957 to 1976, an extraordinary bus service operated between Londo and Calcutta, India. This remarkable journey spanned 32,000 kilometers and took 50 days to complete, making it the world's longest two-way bus route. Before GPS, you could get directions via a navigation hotline. 1963, photo from the Netherlands. The oldest known photograph of a person was captured in Paris, 1838 by Louis Daguerre, a French artist and photographer, who invented the daguerreotype process. A random picture of kids playing back in the day 1970s. (1898) photo taken outside of Mary's Hotel, which was located on a mining claim in the Bonanza Creek area south of Dawson City, Yukon. Mary can be seen just outside the door. During the summers she grew lettuce on the cabin roof. Have you heard of Simona Kosek? She was a scientist, ecologist, and an activist who fought to protect Europe's oldest forests. Chicago, 1345. Thousands of Negro elks and daughter elks from all parts of the country arrived in Harlem for the 40th annual convention of the Improved Benevolent Order of Elks of the World, which was then in session, 1939. The skull of Donna del Cavillon, the Woman of Cavillon, is a significant archaeological find from the late Paleolithic period in Italy, providing important insights into ancient burial practices and the beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife. Discovered in 1872 by the French archaeologist Émile Rivière at the Cave Cavillon in Balzy-Rossi, this skeleton has become a focal point of research for understanding the cultural and ritualistic behaviors of prehistoric communities. Men's Beauty Contest, 1919. Crow Indian Chief, California, 1865. A computer from the 1960s. Tunnel Rock at Sequoia National Park, 1952. Three men enjoy a drink outside one of the many Victorian pubs of London. Japanese street vendor, 1930s. BMW Isetta bubble car, custom conversion, 1950s. And, of course, a picnic basket. A cowgirl from the 1880s. '80s. The first Piggly Wiggly, 1916. Diane Arbus, 1960. Department store wax mannequins melting. During a heat wave in 1929. This is Mrs. Elizabeth Hanbury, one of the very few people from the 18th century to have lived in 3 centuries. She was born Elizabeth Sanderson on the 9th of June, 1793 at Devonshire House, Leadenhall Street, London. At the time of Elizabeth's birth, both of her parents were 44. Her parents were Quakers, John Sanderson, 1749 to 1816, of Armthorpe, Yorkshire, and Margaret Shillito, 1748 to 1795, of Holborn, London. Survivors from the 87th floor of the World Trade Center, North Tower, wandering in the dust after the collapse of the South Tower, New York City, September 11, 2001. Anne Margaret on her 64 Honda Super Cub 50 at 3rd St. at La Jolla Avenue in Los Angeles. Rasha Nara in NYC 1915. Fashion photo famous English. Hindu modern dancer ballet. Giuseppe Verdi, his wife Giuseppina Strepponi, on his right, his adopted daughter Maria Carrera Verdi and friends, from the collections of Biblioteca Nazionale Bradance, Milan. Janis Joplin with her dog George, backstage at the Monterey Pop Festival, 1967. Jimi Hendrix was on stage at the Royal Albert Hall, London, in 1969 when 5-year-old Charlie Weber, who was backstage with his parents, wandered onto the stage. Jimmy bent down and talked to him, and then he went backstage. Jimmy then finished his set with a Purple Haze. Mamie Johnson was born on September 27, 1935. When she was only 7 years old, she would play baseball every day. At 17 years old, Miss Johnson was rejected as a team member by the White Female Baseball League. The rare photo of Isambard Kingdom Brunel at the launch of the Great Eastern in 1859 captures a pivotal moment in maritime history. Brunel, a renowned engineer and visionary, is seen at the center of the image, with his characteristic confidence, hand in pocket, amidst the gathering crowd. The launch took place at Millwall Dock in London, drawing significant attention due to the ship's groundbreaking design and immense size. Johnny Cash with his fiddler Gordon Terry, second from right, Saul Holliff, his manager, second from left, and Luther Perkins the guitarist, at a lunch counter in San Antonio, 1962. Citroën Karin, a futuristic, cyber-looking car from the 1980s. Who remembers the Encarta? Central Park, New York City, 1933.